Can we turn my favorite candy bar into a cookie? Or am I about to ruin like a really good thing already? So it has milk chocolate, pretzels, peanut butter, caramel, and peanuts. So can we turn this into a cookie? We're gonna try. Could we just chop up a Take 5 and put it in some peanut butter cookie dough? I mean, yeah, but we're better than that. We're gonna layer all of those delicious components of a Take 5 candy bar and make an ultimate cookie. First, brown the butter in a saucepan over medium-low heat. Be patient. This will take about 8 to 10 minutes, stirring every so often. We're basically waiting for the milk solids to get golden brown and toasty. It'll also start smelling deliciously nutty. Then place the brown butter in the fridge for a little bit to cool down. For the peanut butter cookie base, we need brown butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar, eggs, vanilla, creamy peanut butter, flour, baking soda, and salt. Just a note for the peanut butter, just use regular creamy peanut butter, not the natural or organic. We're baking cookies. Now is not the time. We're gonna take our brown butter and we're gonna put it right into the stand mixer. Cream the brown butter and the peanut butter with the sugars for about 3 minutes until it starts to turn a little pale. Add the egg and the egg yolk, followed by vanilla extract. Add in the dry ingredients and mix until just combined. So I'm actually gonna mix it the rest by hand, as well as add in our mix-ins by hand. We're not going to use the mixer for that. For the mix-ins, we have the classic Take 5 ingredients: milk chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, peanuts, caramel bits, and pretzels. So milk chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, just because I feel like we need a little bit of like a dark chocolate balance moment. Peanuts. And I'm actually going to combine our caramel bits with our pretzels and toss them in just like the smallest amount of flour. I'm going to toss the pretzels and the caramel bits with just 1.5 teaspoons of flour. And I'm using 1/4 teaspoon because I can't find my teaspoon and half teaspoon. You really just need a little. So this is going to prevent the pretzels from sinking, but it's also going to prevent the caramel bits from overspreading in the cookie and just like oozing out everywhere, which is what we don't want. So we're just going to add those. Now I'm just going to mix this up by hand. Now we're going to scoop these out, put them on a parchment lined baking tray, and put them in the fridge overnight. And yes, you do have to wait 24 hours. What that's going to do is it's going to develop those flavors in the cookie dough itself. And there's like a lot of mix-ins, and we definitely need that cookie dough to firm up.
24 hours later.
It's bake day. We're going to bake off our cookies. The dough has been chilling in the fridge for about 24 hours. So all of those ingredients had an opportunity to just soak up all of the different flavors. And if we would have just baked it right away, they would have been some pretty flat cookies. That's not what we want, right? We want chewy, gooey, delicious cookies. So this is our dough. We're going to do something a little unique. We're just going to bake one cookie just so we can see how it spreads and what we're dealing with before we do the whole batch. Just a little warning, don't judge my apron. I made pizzas last night and there's flour all over it. That's like kind of the point, right? Line a baking sheet with parchment paper, and we're just going to take out one cookie dough right in the center. And are we going to leave these at room temperature while the other cookie's baking? No, we're going to stick these back in the fridge so the dough stays cold. So this baked at 350 for about 13 minutes. And I think that's the sweet spot because you can see that the cookie itself is just getting that golden brown around the outside. All of the different ingredients are nice and gooey on the inside. We're gonna leave it alone. It's taking so much willpower right now to not just grab and take a bite. It needs to stay on the baking pan, and we're gonna let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes so it can continue to set. I can't wait any longer. Oh my God. Let's do the bottom. Nice and golden brown and delicious. And then you see the ooze coming from the chocolate, and you have the peanut and the pretzels, and I see some caramel bits in there. I'm ready for the cross section. Okay, you ready? Oh, shut up. Look at that. That looks insane. Oh my God. I think we really did something here. Look at that chocolate ooze. I'm obsessed. Moment of truth. Does this taste like a Take 5? Oh my God, I love it so much. You get the depth of flavor from the brown butter in the peanut butter cookie base. And then you have the peanuts, the caramel bits, the milk chocolate just oozes, but it's not too sweet because of the semi-sweet chocolates that we also put in there. The pretzel pieces are delicious. I will say that they do lose a little bit of their crunch, but that's okay. I think my only thing that I would like to do for the bigger batch is finish it with some flaky sea salt. I toned down the salt because we were adding the pretzel pieces and I didn't want it to be overly salty, so I reduced the salt to 3¼ teaspoons. But I feel like we do need just like a little bit of a salty finish to really tie everything together. But this is just like, I do not think we ruined a good thing here. I'm gonna finish the full batch of cookies and we're gonna finish it with some flaky sea salt. I'm so happy the way these turned out. They're so freaking good. They're ooey, they're gooey, they're a little bit nutty, they're chocolatey, they're creamy. It's just like all of the best components of a Take 5 candy bar in a cookie. If you want to hang out in the kitchen again next Friday, hit subscribe. We're just getting started. This with like a cold glass of milk, so freaking good. I can't stop eating these. I'm so happy with this.